From the studios in Florida, it's time for This Week in League De Nutz with your host, Matt Commissioner Nuts Levine. All right, and welcome to This Week in League De Nutz. Hard to believe we are almost at the halfway point of the season, approaching week number 7 as the crowd just won't stop giving me applause. Thank you again. A little standing ovation. How about that? As we get ready for the back end of the season, we're going 14 weeks in League De Nutz for 2019 for the first time ever in the 11 years of the league. I'm Matt Levine, the commissioner of League De Nutz, a.k.a. Nuts. Getting ready for the Yankees game. You got that right. In fact, it's hard to see, but I'll stand up and then I'll show you a still. This is what you call a Jeter. The dopest shirt threads on this here planet Earth. Only gets busted out for emergencies. Look at that guy right there. Is tonight an emergency? Kind of, sort of, maybe. The Yankees, of course, in the all-important Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. There'll also be Thursday night football. Chiefs, Broncos from Mile High in Denver, one of my favorite cities in this here United States of America. Love the 303. We're here to talk about League De Nutz, so we're going to keep it short and simple. No fancy stuff. No bells, no whistles. Going old school. Summaries of last week's games. Previews of this week's games. Transition from 6 to 7. Send your money. So far, only 3 payments in. Please do send it. You can do it postal mail. You can do it on, PayPal, or the other one is Venmo. Whatever works. No pennies, though. No pennies, Yonkers. Don't think about it. Meanwhile, please send the money, and if you need to reach me to figure out best way to send it or whatever it is, just do that. Text, email, whatever. Asked you guys if you want to be a guest. No feedback. Even texted one of yous. Never even heard. Looking for guests here on League De Nutz within the league. It's your invite to be heard. Don't be shy. I'm not the only one who gets to make a fool of myself every week. I guess I am. Okay. Voluntarily. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to ride it dirty this week. Just going to go quick, simple, give you a prediction for the Yanks Astros, give you a prediction for the Chiefs and Broncos, and I'll give you predictions of all 6 games that lie ahead in week 6. But week 7, pardon me. Let's go over week 6 first. Let's talk about it. Game number 1, pop, drop, lock it, defending champion. Went from the Nuts Cup hangover to the Nuts Cup bender. Now he's completely spiraled out of control. 0-6. Ouch. Loopies gets the win. They clip him. 3-3 for the Loopster. 151-149. Difference in this one. What was the difference, you may say? Question mark. Well, the receivers. Loopy's receivers, 86-52, outscored PDL. As Godwin was huge, 37 points, 10 catches, 151 yards for the Buccaneers. No TDs. Galladay, 29 points last Sunday. Hopkins chipped in with 18. A.J. Brown had a few. Meanwhile, Lockett, 12 points. Edelman, always great, 32. Josh Gordon, last week I told you who I would think the difference makers would be in week 6. I mentioned Josh Gordon. Needed to come up big to get the win. I was right on that one. Wasn't right on everything, I admit. 1 catch, 7 yards, not a difference maker. MVS, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, 7 points. So the rest of the receivers did not chip in. That was the difference. Congratulations to the Loopster at 500, hanging in there in a very tough Luca Brasi division, 2 games back, and we are only at week 7. Pop, drop, and lock it. Mathematically alive, spiritually not well. Need to get something cooking. All right. Yonkers slips past Polk 124-118. Yonkers with the victory, 3-3, third place in the Haganah. Same record for Polk. Meanwhile, they're hanging right in there. First place at 500 and Furley Roper. Difference in this one, running backs. If you put McCaffrey and you put Delvin Cook together, they had 34 points. Not tremendous for either one of them, who could pop that off any given Sunday, especially McCaffrey. They each had a touchdown. But Kerryon Johnson, the difference maker last week, was on the money with that one. Went into the bye in week 4, had like 125 yards. Showed you that maybe he's coming out of his shell. He's for real. Went back. Paul Abdul did, right? 1 step forward, 2 step backs. 13 carries, 34 yards, managed a touchdown, but only 13 points. Mixon has been kind of up, down, and all the way around for Polk High School. Mixon 5 points. So that's 18 points compared to 34. Difference right there. None of the running backs blew it up, but Yonkers managed to get a lot more out of theirs than Polk did with theirs. So congratulations to the Shotgunners. Skills that kills. One of 2 5-win teams left, or I should say, right now in League De Nutz. One of the 2 teams left with 1 loss thus far. Big win over Ozone, the rookie. Thought it would be all easy, talking all kinds of smack. Went 3-0 to start things. 143-104, the final score. 5 up again, 1 down for Skills. Ozone 4-2 is the mark. Still first, though, in Shoreham Drive East for Skills first. Up top, Luca Brazzi. Difference in this one here. Well, the defenses. Patriots defense has been amazing for Skills that kills. Take a look at it week in and week out. A little bit too much time on my hands on Sunday, I'll admit, watching those games, but I always notice they're scoring, I think they average 26, 24 a game. 28-10. They outscored the 49ers defense last week. That was part of it. The receiving corps for Ozone, the rookie, that were so big in the beginning of the year through like week 4. Cooper injured early with a thigh injury, out. Gallup 8, Cooper 1, Mike Williams 12, Dante Johnson 3. No good. As Cooper Kupp was able to get 21 for Skills that kills. And they get a big day from their running backs, David Johnson and Devonta Freeman, who I talked about being a difference maker. They combined for 35 points. So you get 1 solid receiver, you get 2 solid running backs, you come up with a victory with the great defense. Congratulations to Skills that kills. Where am I here? Okay, let's come back to that one. Yeah, oops. Oh, okay, here we are. Smash U. Rolls over Dings 154-116. Smash U 5-1. Second in Luca Brazzi. Shoreham Drive East, the division that Dings plays in, they are 2-4. Still kind of hanging in things despite the 2-4 mark for the 2017 league champion Dings. Difference in this one, tight ends. You win by 38, your tight end outscores the other team's tight end 37-0. There you go. Austin Hooper, tremendous. 8 catches. Excuse me, in the loss to Arizona, 117 yards, 1 touchdown. Will Disley. Bagel, the tight end for Dinglings. Not such a good day for Seattle and their win over the Browns in Cleveland. So the tight end made all the difference last week, didn't it? Onward we go. yours truly, excuse me, Nutztown over No Friggin' Luck, 161-90. I get the win. I'm 4-2. Flip side of that, 2-4 for No Friggin' Luck. Difference in this, the wide receivers. Golden Tate, what a return for him. 39 points. I inserted him in the lineup for the first time this year. Held on to him after drafting him. Of course, he was suspended for the PEDs, the fertility drug, whatever the deal is. Didn't play, but he came back in style. Now he outscored Robert Woods, Cortland Sutton, and Trey Quinn by 19. So what does the math tell you? Those three had 20 together. How about Golden Tate leading me to victory? Big decision with the difference maker last week I mentioned. I benched Baker Mayfield, put in Kirk Cousins. Cousins, 40 points. Revitalized. 4 touchdown passes. Outscores Jimmy G for No Friggin' Luck. NFL gets 11 from Jimmy G. So you add in the hot wide receiver in Tate, outscoring the cold wide receivers. Hot quarterback, outscoring the cold wide quarterback. That was the victory for yours truly. Congratulations. All right, once in a while you got to do that. With the Jeter shirt, thank you. Keldar, one of the hottest teams in the league. 231-204 over AB's painted helmet. AB's painted helmet just can't get anything right this year. Tough year for them. Tough year for them last year. Remember, they took Lev Bell. This year, they named themselves after AB. And by the way, I hope you saw that picture. I had a chance to meet Antonio Brown last Friday. How about that? Crazy, right? I didn't ask him if he wanted to be the partner on This Week in League De Nutz. I should have. But I did ask him for an interview. He said he's not doing interviews right now. But thank you. Respectfully declined. AB and the painted helmet, 1-5. Keldar 4-2. 3 straight dubs for Keldar. You figure you score 204, you get a chance to win any week. Not when you get the opposing team starting Stefan Diggs, who was outrageous. 65 points, 7 catches, 167 yards. They threw the hats at him because he had the old hat trick. Another 23 from Curtis Samuel, who is alive and well. That's 88 points. Hard to beat that. Even though you have Tyreek Hill and Terry McLaurin, who looks great for the Redskins, by the way, the rookie, combining for 38 points, but the rest of the receivers, 16 points combined between Jarvis Landry and DK Metcalf. So that's where the difference was in that game. So congratulations to Keldar. Big victory for the alien one. Okay. Reminded you about the money. Told you about the Jeter shirt. Told you I'm going to give you a Yankees pick, Chiefs pick. Recap the first week's scores. Told you we're just going quick and easy here. No bells, no whistles. Old school in your face. Fantasy football talk. Hard to even say it's old school, but it's becoming that, right? The league's already 11 years old. So without further ado, let's go over this week's games. I'll give you the picks. Get out of here, watch the Yankees, watch some Thursday night football. Get ready for week number 7. First game of the week, Yonkers against Skills. Skills, 5-1. Yonkers 3 up, 3 down. Skills a 27-point favorite. Wow. Skills has won 5 straight. Most points in the league with 1,050. Yonkers playing better. I've won 2 straight. 5th most points, just about 930. Okay, 935 if you're keeping score at home. So in this one, you've got guys like Kelsey, Cooper Kupp ready to go. No bye players for Skills, who has the Skills players. Meanwhile, for Yonkers, you got trouble. You got McCaffrey on a bye. You're going to go with Carlos Hyde. Big 27-point favorite for a team that is raring and ready to go. Healthy, no one on bye for Skills. Sorry, Yonkers. I think Skills wins big time in week number 7. Slowly but surely differentiating himself as the team to beat ahead of the pack in League De Nutz 2019. We do have more than half a season to go. I know that. But at least for the first half, he's been one of the champions. The other one, Smash U, 5-1. 2 teams with 5 wins, like I said, taking on yours truly, 4-2 Nutztown Destroyers. Smash U, second in points, 1,039, won 4 straight. No Odell this week. Going to be interesting to see what they can get out of those 3 running backs with the Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones combination. Robbie Anderson, huge week last week. He'll take Odell's place. Can he keep it up? I think he had 40 points last week. I think so. Don't quote me on that one. Meanwhile, for me, it's pretty simple. Saquon is back. Thank you, football gods. Mighty number 26 comes back to the Nutztown Destroyers. I'm 4 up, 2 down, second place in the division. What else do I have to say? Looking forward to his return. I am a 3-point underdog. No way I can't smash, take him by 4. Close one, nail biter. It's going to go to the wire. Smash, I'm going to clip you by 1. I'm going with my Destroyers. Excuse me. AB's painted helmet, touched on them. And their loss, despite scoring 204 to Keldar last week. 1-5, Ozone 4-2. That's who they'll play. 10-point favorite for AB's helmet. Why? Because Ozone has problems with injuries. Kamara, banged up, knee, ankle. Will he go against Chicago? I don't know. Amari Cooper, told you about him earlier, the thigh. Will he go against Philly? Guy that I said would be a difference maker last week really wasn't. Devontae Parker. He may be relied on by Ozone this week. You may rely on Shady McCoy. You're a 10-point underdog for a reason. Meanwhile, AB's helmet, as due as any fantasy football team in any league, including this here League De Nutz. You got Deshaun Watson, 87 points his last 2 games. He'll take on the Colts. Should be very interesting. But I'm going to go with AB's painted helmet, like I said 5 times already, maybe just 3. They're due. They get the win. Dings, Polk, 2 guys from the real Shoreham Drive East. 22-point favorite for the Polkster. Whoa, Bundy, 3 up, 3 down. 2-4 for Dingalings. Dingalings has lost 3 in a row. I like doing that. 3 in a row. 3D. Next to last place in points, 779. Big problems without Mike Evans on the bye. 11th ranked fantasy football receiver out there, 20 points per game. May get A.J. Green back. Hearing rumors about A.J. Green becoming a Seattle Seahawk. That would be interesting, right? May need to rely on John Brown, who seems to have 1 or 2 great fantasy football games a year. So Dings has their work cut out for him against Polk. Polk High School, 3rd to last in scoring. Up top the Frolley Roper division. I highlighted that earlier. Be interesting. The receivers, it looks like they'll go out without Watkins and Hardman, who they've gone with the Kansas City receivers. At least last I checked in the lineup, unless he's made changes, heading into the game which will start soon in Denver. And it looks like you may have a little Emmanuel Sanders involved in things tonight. And Fuller from the Texans, who 2 weeks ago was left on the bench in a Polk High win and had 70 points. Interesting, too, for Polk High School. Do you go Dak? Do you go Kyler Murray? As of now, Murray is in the lineup. The exciting Mighty Might for the Arizona Cardinals, taking on a revamped New York Giants defense. Polk 22-point favorites. I go with Dings to cover. Polk with a 2-point victory against Dings. Pop Drop Lockett taking on No Friggin' Luck. 0-6, 2-4. Pop right now 8th in the league in scoring. A 26-point underdog to NFL. No buys between either team. No one going to hinder the lineup whatsoever. NFL last in scoring, 746 points. You got a matchup here, a quarterback, an interesting one. Jimmy G for NFL, Pop as Wentz. You got Lev Bell going for NFL, and you got Zeke going for Pop. So you've got some heavyweight matchups there. 26-point favorite again for NFL. Pop, drop, and Lockett is so due, it's ridiculous. I said AB's helmet is as due as any fantasy team anywhere in the world. I mean that. But a second close, at least in this League De Nutz, is the defending champ who I think gets his first win of the year. Covers another close game. What the heck? It's week 7. I think it's going to be within 5 points that PDL pulls off the victory. And finally, our most celebrated alien, Keldar, takes on Loopy's Legends. These two, bitter rivals, love to talk smack. You know, it's been quiet. I haven't checked the message boards or the message board within the scoreboard in ESPN. But these two usually like to go at each other. Two-time defending champion, or I should say two-time League De Nutz champions. The other one is Polk. Mentioned this before. There have been 10 champions, 10 championships, and 3 teams have won 6 of them. Pretty amazing. So Loopy's and Keldar. Keldar, big 28-point favorite. They've won 3 straight. Third most points, 1,018. But you've got problems on the bye. No Chubb, no Juju. You got Diggs. Can he do it again? We shall see. You might have to rely on guys like Latavius Murray and James White. By the way, the high school I was at covering last week where I met Antonio Brown was James White's alma mater, St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. Loopy, no Godwin. Quarterback, all you got on the roster right now is Josh Allen. Gurley, will he be back? Will he be Gurley? Should be interesting. I think this is going to be a close one on the rivalry alone. You couldn't have anything else but. In the end, though, I'm going to go with Loopy. How about that? I think Keldar's got some integral players on the roster on the bye. 28-point favorite for Keldar. I go with Loopy winning by a field goal by 3 points. So again, get your payments in to this week, or what am I saying? In for this year in League De Nutz. I'm going to wrap it up for this week in League De Nutz Yankee baseball time, Thursday night football time. Before I go, I told you it was just going to be a simple show, right? The potluck dinner of shows. Whatever you got in the freezer, throw it out there and just be happy to eat. That's what we got tonight. But let's give you some predictions. Number 1. NFL game, Thursday night football, Mile High. Denver, Kansas City. Could the Broncos pull off an upset? Yes. Will they? No. Here's my final. 28-17. Chiefs over Broncos. You heard it here. Don't bet the house. Again, it would be fun. Okay. Second. New York Yankees. Houston Astros. Big game. Tanaka on the hill for the Bronx Bombers. Going against the Stros and Greinke. Nothing more than I hate right now than the sign-stealing Houston Astros. So with that said, of course I'm going Yankees. Bombers come alive tonight. 8-4 in the Boogie Down Bronx over the Stros. So it's a big football night ahead. Don't forget to set those lineups accordingly. Enjoy week number 7. Next week, we'll bring it back for a recap of week 7 and a preview of week 8 ahead. I'm the Commissioner, Matt Levine, a.k.a. Nutz, saying so long, good night. Go Yankees. What the heck, go Giants. Enjoy all the sports and good luck to your fantasy football team in week 7 of League De Nutz.